located deep in the jungle of Sellersburg, Indiana. Far behind the barbed wire, somewhere inside the confines of Pop Music Academy, lurks the deplorable, unredeemable hosts of Community Service Radio. And now, without further languish and agony, the hosts of Community Service Radio, Jackie Smith, Russ Martin, and Tim Ritalik. Tim Ritalik is still in Colorado. Enjoy yourself, Tim. We have Ethan Schreck as a special guest. Okay, here we are. And let's get started.
Yep, let's go to the show.
Yeah, let's go to the show. Hey, I like that.
We're going to be using that line a lot.
Yeah, where'd you find that from?
Well, I heard a guy say that yesterday, and I thought, I like that. It's a nice little catchy line. So I said, I wrote it down. So here we are. We're at the show.
I like it. I like it very much.
He must be a cool guy.
I think he is a cool guy. Was it you? No.
No, I don't think so. Not that cool.
Oh, yeah, you are. So, Ethan, tell us what you do here.
Well, I guess you'd consider me the house drummer.
You're a house drummer. Yeah,
right.
And you're amazing. Let me tell you. You're a college student extraordinaire.
That's right.
You're in your second year?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sophomore year.
And sophomore year at U of L. And what's your major?
Exercise science.
Whoa, so you're going to be a therapist.
Yep.
Holy smokes, that's amazing. Okay. So that's pretty interesting. I like it.
Thank you.
Where'd you go to high school at, Ethan?
I went to DeSales High School.
DeSales? You're from Louisville, Kentucky then, aren't you?
Yes,
Wow,
I am.
That's
cool. Now,
Sure am.
DeSales is out... Well, refresh my memory. Where is that? Is that
It's just out by Iroquois Park, over off New Cut. And let's see. They just got the new stadium. It'll be a little harder to miss now. You can see the big stadium there.
Okay, all right.
So, by being on this show that you've been accepted into the deplorable unredeemables,
That's right.
And
That's absolutely right.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
That's good.
So you're probably one of the youngest conservatives that I know, because
I don't know that he's conservative.
Oh, I just
Have you asked?
assumed
You assumed
that he was.
He may not be. You know what I think he is? I think he's probably a real liberal, or he's a real libertarian, or I don't know, but I don't think he's 100% conservative. But you know what I think he really is?
Open to opinion.
Open to opinion and scared of this nation's fate right now. Like, did I mention the last show, Russ, that I counted up quite a few friends that are liberal that are not voting for Hillary. Some of them are not voting for Trump, but most of them are. Where's that come from? Why is that happening?
Well, it only makes sense. You know, that you've only got, in my opinion, of course, one choice.
Yeah.
And that's Donald Trump. But I wanted to say that young people, in Ethan's defense, I believe that as a young person, just getting out into the world, and you get a lot of flack from, well, music for one thing.
Yeah.
A lot of other kids and I know you guys are all generous at heart. You're loving, you're caring, and you see all this stuff going on with, I don't know, certainly not minorities, because they're not, I mean, I'm the minority now.
Sure.
These people that are being wronged, and, or you think that they're being wronged.
Well,
seem like they're being wronged.
Speaking of people that have been wronged, I think that the entire Sanders camp was wronged.
Oh, sure they were.
The whole camp was just tossed aside.
They were taken advantage of. They were lied to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, in your all's defense, I understand that and I see it. But what's going to happen is, as you grow older, you will become a little more conservative by default, because you're going to have, I don't know, you're going to start making a lot more decisions that you have to be a lot more careful about. And in that respect, you are going to become conservative with the way you handle your affairs. Mm-hmm. And your children, you know, the way you want to raise your children someday, and your the way you choose your bank, the way you choose your insurance, the way you choose your life insurance and all this stuff. You have to make some pretty conservative decisions. Yeah. I mean, you can't be liberal with your money.
Mm-hmm.
Can you?
I find myself seeing that more and more every day, making more responsible choices. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Russ, you decided to look the two terms up in your dictionary.
You know, I got the liberal here on my phone, and you guys give me just a few seconds.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'll
dig that thing up.
See if I can't dig that up right quick.
Yeah, dig that up. We'll just sit here and wait for you.
Well, you might not want to do that.
Oh, you're back?
No.
Okay.
And we're back.
Believe it or not, here it is. Liberal, and now this is broken up into a couple of different sentences here. And I'm glad we're going over this because I got this from a very dear brother of mine, and he wanted, I guess, me to know that he's liberal, and this describes his feelings. And number one is processing or manifesting a free and generous heart, bountiful. And I can understand that.
That sounds
Absolutely.
real.
But you know what? It sounds like something that
Utopia?
a father would be, I think, with his family, but at the same time...
Well, think about it. Is that family living... What kind of a life are they living? Are they living a well-ordered life, a socialist life? Yes. There are rules in the family, right? You follow them.
Mm-hmm.
And not while you're under my roof, you don't. You've always heard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And so it's more of a socialist environment. The military, it's a socialist environment. So those are a little bit different, don't you think, Russ?
Well, you know, you're right, and that might be one of the reasons why young people get tired of hearing that, and they're,
Yes.
well, I'm not going to be like mom and dad. I'm going to be a lot more generous, and I'm going to be a lot more liberal. I'm going to,
Yeah.
with the way I raise my kids and the way I want to run my life. But like I said, as you go on,
Yeah.
you'll change your mind. Here's another one. Let me see. Appropriate and or fitting for a broad or enlightened mind. As if conservative minds are not.
Are closed somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's not so at all.
Yeah, it's
At
not.
all.
You know, as a matter of fact, I think we want to be, what's the word he's using here? Enlightened minds and a broad sense of view. I think without that, you can't make the decisions that you need to make as a conservative person, because you look from all the way around when you make decisions, right?
So this begs the question, are we conservative or are we something else, Russ?
Well,
We may be fiscally conservative, but I think our views are a little more open than
we're giving credit
that
to
definition. Yeah.
As conservatives,
Yeah.
I think that we want all the things that I think that a lot of things that they want. We just want to go about them a little slower.
Do you think that the Democratic Party is liberal?
Do I think that they're liberal?
Or is there something else going on? Are they a very happy and delightful and joyful, blissful party? Is that what's going on? Are you happy with the way things are being run right now? Are you? I'm not.
No, I'm not.
There's something wrong.
And well, you know, as a Democrat for 40 years,
Yeah.
I was not a liberal Democrat. I've
Right.
always been a father, and most of my life I've been a father, and whether I wanted to be or not.
Hey, Dad.
You know, kind of an accident there. But I'm glad. I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Right.
Now here, I want to go on. We go on that one now. The third one here is free from narrowness, bigotry, or bondage to authority or creed.
Now that tells me something strange. When you hear Donald Trump speak at a rally, what do you hear him say? Do you hear him say anything that deals with bigotry? Is he a bigot? Absolutely not. He's about as free as they can be. If you've ever listened to any of his rallies, he's for us, we the people. America first. I think that's where the divide comes from, or it's where the divide is.
That's where it that's where a lot of people think that it is. I think
Right.
that when it comes to refugees, they're thinking that he's a bigot because he doesn't want them in here, and it's not that at all.
It's not. There's a specific reason to not want the refugees here. First of all, we've never, ever in our history just swung them all over here. Let's bring all the refugees here from an unvetted nation, okay? And unvetted refugees, just bring them in, not knowing whether or not their lifestyles are compatible with ours.
And they are clearly not.
They're not.
Nope.
There's a problem.
I read a thing where I found out all I need to know about Islam in about 5 minutes on 9/11/2001.
That's right.
And that was some pretty extreme people.
Oh, yeah.
3,000 people died.
Now, in another breath, I have friends that are Muslim, and I would say they're truly not for that state, the Islam state. They feel that there needs to be some sort of a reformation, big time. You know why they're here? The ones that I know, really know. You know why they're here? To get away from that. They don't want to have anything to do with that. So I would say Islam is not compatible with our lifestyle, and it's really true. But does that mean all Muslims are not compatible?
Well,
I don't think it does.
No.
Unfortunately, like our children,
Right.
their children grow up as liberal Muslims,
Right.
which become extreme Islamics. There's the kids that are blowing people up over in
It's
Boston.
terrible. The things that are happening are really bad.
It's not the mom and the dad that come over here and want to live in a nice, free
Right.
country with capitalism and free trade and all that.
Which is really the only way to make a nation prosper, by the way.
Yeah.
Those two words, free trade, those two meanings, free trade and capitalism.
So, but anyway,
words.
you never hear. I mean, I don't see where Trump is full of narrowness. I mean, he does have a plan,
And he has an agenda and has had this agenda for 30 years, by the way.
and if you call that narrowness,
So be it.
that's it. And bigotry, no. Bondage, he's not talked about any bondage. As a matter of fact, I think it was. I'm not positive, but he said something about we can't afford all these refugees. Why not? It would be cheaper to take care of them over there.
That's exactly how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we do that?
That's what needs to happen. Why are we bringing people here?
That would be more like it. I mean, we can't afford that. We're $20 trillion in debt. And you know what that means? That means that to me, our country is $20 trillion overdrawn on our checking account.
Yes.
That's right.
And how much of that is on Obama's watch?
About half of it.
Yes.
Is that not right?
Yeah. That's huge. That's a huge number. And it just wants to be, they want to sweep it under the rug.
And why put us in debt like that?
Right. Where
Why?
our children's children are not going to be able to pay this stuff back. And it's bringing us to our knees. Business is leaving the U.S. at a staggering rate because of our corporate taxes, which are upwards toward 40%. Mm-hmm. Okay? The Clinton regime wants to bring it to 50%. Why? Trump wants to dump it, bring it way down.
Sounds like to me that they want to just get rid of the wealth of the country somehow or other.
Right.
I mean,
we don't deserve the state that we're in, do we?
I guess.
So let's just reduce the state to poor. Poor.
Yeah. Poor.
Yeah. And more poor. Yeah. So where do we go from here? What do we do?
I'm going to vote for Trump. I'm praying to God that he gets in and
Yeah, I
get
am
away
too.
from the Clinton-Obama regime.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. I have to say the same thing. I agree completely, wholeheartedly. Well, guys, we're getting close to the end of our show. I have a feeling that music is going to come up soon. I don't know why. I just
all right.
I just have that feeling.
You got the controls over there?
Yeah. Oh,
You didn't-
look, he's got it. You see that? That means, everyone, hope you have a great day. Y'all take care. See you guys later. Bye-bye now. Ta-ta.
Good night.
Good night.